I'm really trying to take advantage of this light because I probably won't get it. But anyway, I just want to share, why I want to pursue music and why I love it so much. Music has always been a part of my life and my family. Ever since I was young, I've been watching Michael Jackson, Janet, TLC, just anybody on the TV that's me child. My first crush was Lenny Kravitz. So, music has always been a part of my life. I remember just watching MTV, VH1, BET all the time when I was little. Just embracing everything. My dad was telling me about how it was this one show that used to come out. I don't know what it was called, but he was like, oh, the song Dancing Queen by ABBA used to come on. He used to always sing that song. And then I caught you in your room one day singing it, and you was singing the song like you was singing it. And I was like, oh, really? He was like, you was getting it. I was like, okay, my little 3-year-old self singing the song. But I've always been quiet about it because ever since I was young and people knew I could sing, people always try to force me to sing. And I've always wanted music to be a part of my life. I just never knew what I wanted to do, so I didn't really want to pursue anything where it was like I'm in the forefront singing or rapping or so on and so forth. I never seen myself as being that person. So I would just, write. I wrote poems. I was like 3 when I wrote my first poem. It was about my parents, and I wrote about the weather. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to be all mystical and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. What else I want to say? Oh yeah, like I said, I've always kept everything to myself because that's how I felt it should be, because I didn't really like expressing certain things outwardly to people, and it's very weird even doing it now, but I'm glad I'm doing that since I do want to pursue a career in music and entertainment, so on and so forth. But I've always had a special love for, the arts, dance, drawing, and music, singing, dancing. I never cared about being a singer, period, to be honest, because I just never did. That's not something I always wanted to pursue. I seen rap as a way of, it was a different thing, and it was a way I felt like you can connect to a lot of people. And you can do the same thing with singing, but it's just something very special about rap. And especially how rap is now. I feel like we need people who are actually talented, who are actually going to save the culture, the hip-hop culture, to come in and do it. And I feel like I'm one of those people. Now, I don't want to be a singer because I feel like even rappers want to be singers. I don't care to sing, but, because art is art, and however you portray it is what it is. But I love hip-hop, and I just don't want the culture to be damaged and, diminished, like how rock and roll is. Rock and roll is like white now. When rock and roll was created by Chuck Berry, I think that's what Chuck Berry, yeah, I think it was Chuck Berry. And then Elvis took over, and how the rock scene is now. But I don't want hip hop to be like that. I want our culture to stay. It's like hip hop is one of the only things black people have now, to be honest. But I've always wanted to do music, but I wanted to be a producer. At first, I was like, because I want to be in the background, and I want to be like Missy and Tim, and, I loved what they did. But then I seen Left Eye and Tupac, and they became like my idols, like my senseis. And I love what they did. That's another reason why I wanted to be a rapper, because it was just poetry. You know what I mean? It's something that's very near and dear to my heart that I feel like I'll do better portraying it than I would singing, because I really didn't care to sing. I feel like if it's not something that's in your heart that you should do, then you shouldn't pursue it. But, I have a voice. I don't mind singing, but I'm just saying I don't want to be known as like a singer. I don't. But, it is what it is. I love Neo Soul too, Erykah Badu, India Irie. I grew up listening to that thanks to my auntie. She always had them CDs, and then that what's that song by India Irie? I'm not the average girl from your videos. Average Girl. I used to ask my auntie when I was mad little to put the song on repeat because that was my favorite song at the time. But as of now, I'm doing what I gotta do to get to where I gotta go. I feel like I do have a lot of drive, but, I'm still new to a lot of things because as a child, the only thing that I've really done outwardly was dance. And, and I was in a choir, and I only did like, one solo my whole life. And that was a dance solo. So it's like, and I did a poem when I was little. And it wasn't that big of a deal to me. That's probably why I like, that more, because I feel like people say I have a powerful voice when it comes to speaking. So I'm like, I'd rather just do that, focus on my presentation and my delivery, and I'll be good. But as in music, I love hip hop. I'm a junkie. I love Janet. I love Michael. Oh my gosh. Like, those are my favorite people ever. But also, I want to say, if you have any goals and dreams in life, go for them. There's a lot of people in my family, when I first started to do music, they were like, you're not supposed to be doing hip hop because we are only, Christian and gospel. And I'm like, that's not what I want to do. I know that's a part of my family, but it's like, I'm an individual. I'm not a leech. I'm not saying that people in my family are. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing because that's just not what I want to do. I'm not trying to be different. I am. I just want to do what I feel like is best for me, what I feel like is my calling, and that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Just go for what your dreams are. People going to talk about you regardless. I don't know how many times I've said this, but especially when it comes to music, people got so much to say, but just go for it. Because the people that make it are the people who go extra hard for it. They put everything into it. They're consistent, persistent, and they make sacrifices. You know what I mean? Me going all the way to Miami, spending I don't know how much money, that's a big sacrifice. And that's, to me, it's not really that big of a deal because it's music, so I really don't care. But, a lot of people, they're like, why are you doing all that just to... Some people are like that, but some people are like, girl, you better go. And I'm like, duh, I'm going. But anyway, like I was saying, music will always be a part of my life. Obviously, I'm pursuing it. And it has always been. But like I said, follow your dreams. All right. Love you, babes. Bye.